Good evening and welcome to Realty Coffee Talk on Awaz Entertainment in Canada around the world. My name is Tahir Qureshi. I'm a fellow of Realty Institute of Canada, broker of record for City Pro Realty Inc. brokerage. My passion is real estate and your success is my priority. Tonight's topic we have chosen why to hire a real estate profession. We're going to talk about why it's important for you to hire a real estate professional and how it works. Before I begin the program, I would like to take this opportunity to thank Real Estate Institute of Canada, the National Board of Directors and Nomination Committee, who have awarded me J.A. Weber Award, recognition of my contribution to my real estate profession, promoting FRI designation, and the Real Estate Institute of Canada. Thank you. Why to hire a real estate profession? Real estate profession is regulated in the province of Ontario. Real Estate Council of Ontario is a regulator that implements Real Estate Business Broker Act that governs education, registration, compliance, and consumer protection program. So when you are hiring a real estate professional, you are guaranteed that you will get the highest professional services from a registrant who is registered with Real Estate Council of Ontario. Now, how it works is that you have regulators that give you the license, and they also do continuing education, and also in case of a complaint, there's a consumer protection program and complying process. Then it comes to organized real estate. So Canadian Real Estate Association is the one that give you a realtor trademark that we use when we become a member of Canadian Real Estate Association. Then we have Ontario Real Estate Association, which is specific to Ontario, similarly other provinces, and we follow the guidelines with them. We have a code of ethics. Not only we have under Real Estate Business Broker Act, Ontario Regulation 580/05, Code of Ethics for Realtors, but we also have a Code of Ethics with the Canadian Real Estate Association, Ontario Real Estate Association, also our respective board, like Toronto Regional Real Estate Board and affiliates, and similarly, Mississauga Real Estate Board and ITSO, which is Information Technology System Ontario, which consists of 22 boards. They also have a code of conduct. So when you are engaging a real estate professional, you have to be assured that the person who's hired a brokerage is governed by not only regulation, but also organized real estate. We're going to talk about those individual items, so that therefore you know that people who are practicing in real estate and they're member of association, the board, TRAB or ITSO or Mississauga board, they have their own code of ethics to follow. The goal is, as the Real Estate Council of Ontario, a consumer agency to protect consumer and also protect the market to make sure people are following ethical and moral standards that has been dated by the REBA as amended. Therefore, you are good hand. You are dealing with the deposits. Your deposit is protected. So this is why it's very important. If you are dealing with someone that is not licensed in Ontario or trying to sell yourself, and you don't have a protection if in case of litigation. So we're going to talk about that. And also, as you know, that real estate professional or people with a user as a realtor is the trademark for Canadian Real Estate Association. Also, realtor.ca is also the website where all listing through Canadian Real Estate Association are exposed to the millions of people visiting realtor.ca. And those are sponsored and supported by membership of Mississauga Board, Toronto Regional Board, and other boards all over Canada. So you have access to this. So this is why it's very important that you deal with a realtor. First of all, the Canadian Real Estate Association, we all governed by Competition Act of Ontario in Canada. And when we are competing as a realtor, we are competing with each other. So when there is a listing listed by someone and we have a buyer representation, you have independent opinion from a realtor who's working with you. So you have a protection because you have a representation. And we compete with each other. There are about approximately 93,000+ realtors in Ontario, and maybe close to 135,000 realtors who are member of Canadian Real Estate Association across Canada. So majority of them are in Ontario. Then we also have designation programs. Real Estate Institute of Canada, which I am the fellow of Real Estate Institute of Canada. I served them for 4 years as a director of Real Estate Institute of Canada, Toronto chapter, 4 years. And they have a designation program, FRI, Fellow of Real Estate Institute of Canada. This is one of the highest designation in Canada, across Canada. This is not required or mandated by law. It is the passion and commitment and your desire to excel, learn new skills, network with professionals who are legend in real estate, and rub off some experience and knowledge from them, and share this with your fellow members when you become an FRI and you become a mentor, educator, and realtor leader in Canada, because we follow the highest real estate professional standards across Canada. Even though we are only licensed to practice in Ontario, but we are recognized as a fellows of Real Estate Institute of Canada across Canada, and we network because Real Estate Institute of Canada has about 10 provinces, branches where we can refer clients. And as you know, I'm a CIP, a Certified International Property Specialist. I have a global real estate professional network where I conduct seminars and globally connect everybody to work with each other, collaborate with each other. Because of jurisdiction, we have only jurisdiction in Ontario. So now let's talk about the role of a realtor. When you are looking for statistic data, who is the best person who can help you is your realtor or real estate professional, real estate agent, real estate broker or real estate broker record. On TREB.ca, you can get monthly watch report from TREB, Toronto Regional Real Estate Board, which is a consumer report. You can go there, look at the HPI, home price index, and other reports. You can see sale is going up or down. And I have shared with you the report because we're still waiting for a report on our November. The most important thing is the realtors, particularly the term the realtor, because that's a trademark and everybody's familiar with that. They are committed to the code of conduct. There is almost, I would say, I'm going to go by a few of them, 26, 27 pages of this guide from Korea that give you what the realtors are doing for you, and you have to use them, how extensive it is. You talk about essential facts of a real estate professional, that they are there to help you. And remember, realtor is a trademark of Canadian Real Estate Association. Anybody who's member of Korea, in order to practice in real estate in Ontario, as long as you have a license from RICO, you don't need to join organized real estate. But in order to be successful professional, you have to join local board and Korea and URIA to make sure that. The biggest role being a real estate professional is a disclosure. When you are building a relationship as a customer or a client, you need to disclose that. This is very, very important for you to understand that. The other thing is you need to have discover facts. This is section 21 of Real Estate Business Broker Act Code of Conduct, which is 21 section regulation 580/05, that talks about material facts. Your realtor will go out and find the facts about the property. Sometimes a seller tell you, okay, my property is so many square feet, so much frontage, but actually based on the survey, based on the geo warehouse reports available to us or registered that we can download and buy, it's not the case. So you have to verify the facts. Then we also have a service agreement. When we are listing or buying or selling, we have a written agreement between the buyer and seller or buyer and seller. If we're listing it or we're buying it. buyer representation agreement, it defines the parties involved, very detailed about duration, when to commence, when to end, who pay for the commission, how you make the referral of your properties for buying and selling purposes. So they are defined. Ontario Real Estate Association created those forms, standard form for us. And only we use Schedule A to amend our listing or agreement of purchase and sale. Let's say for a 100 form, 100 is for a regular freehold, detached, semi, or even townhome freehold. We use that form. So Korea helped us develop the forms that we use them. Now, written transaction agreement, they make sure the agreement is between buyer and sellers in writing. And they disclose you as a realtor. They help you to understand what costs are involved in terms of doing a transaction. Either you're buying and selling. And identical, they will create a closing cost. For example, you buy for property, this much your land transfer fee, this is your approximately lawyer fee. They connect you to the inspector, the planner, depending on what you're doing, your inspectors, the accountants, the environmental issues, or lawyers, appraisers. So they will make sure that you have a connection and accessibility. This is section, I believe, 8 of REVA. I'm going to look at that. That talks about other services. Section 8, services from others. REVA section, REVA Ontario Regulation 58005, section 8 talks about that we are expert in real estate, but we cannot give you accounting advice, environmental advice, or lawyer advice. We have to refer to you, and we provide you a number of people or mortgage agent or broker. Just for your disclosure, I'm a principal broker of Canada Express Mortgage Inc. license 13241. So I can advise you the mortgage advice if I can give you. But we are supposed to disclose that when we are doing a transaction. Now, so you know that the realtor, how do you know if you are buying yourself, you don't know what the closing costs are? What you need to watch for that. Real estate professionals are licensed through RICO. They have a specific training program, which now Humber College is delivering because they are the designee of now providing services to the agent who wants to get involved in real estate, get registration. So pre-registration and post-registration articling program, you have to go to Humber College now. A real estate council, you go to reco.on.ca and find out if you are interested to become a realtor or registrant to practice in real estate. You can go there. So disclosure of benefit. Now we as a real estate professional, when we feel that we are making a referral to them and we're getting a benefit, we're supposed to disclose that. It says in RICO, Real Estate Council of Ontario, and URIA has created form. And you can get that form signed because you're disclosing it, benefit. This is why it's very, very important for you to make sure that you're disclosing that relationship, disclosure of interest, because you will get a benefit because of that. So there is a URIA form, get it done. And realtors, when you are hiring a realtor or real estate agent or broker, you are getting that and getting your advice and disclosure. Also, skilled and conscious service. Skilled. We are required to maintain our skill set. We're supposed to go out and do our continuing education. This is why I always recommend that you take this passion within your job to go and get your designation program. I'm a board director of Mississauga Real Estate Board and chair of Education Committee. We are introducing many designation programs to help you to improve your skill set, acquire this knowledge. So you have negotiating skills. I highly recommend people, our fellow realtors, professionals, if you're watching, go for FRI, become a fellow Real Estate Institute of Canada, and you imagine the network. I never thought in my life I will get to see big, for example, the president or vice president of Tridel, the big builder in Canada. Only through our REIC network, I received a Community Service Award back in 2017 in Halifax. And this is where I met Vice President of Real Estate Institute of Canada and also Vice President of Tridel, Vincent Chan. And this is how you connect with people, and they have tremendous knowledge. He's a professor, and Larry LeBeau, big name. Those are the names, the legend in real estate that you get to know and experience them working together with them. So you have to provide a competent and comprehensive service. Advertising now is when you are dealing with a person, a real estate professional, he has to make sure he gets your consent when you're advertising for accuracy of information. You need to provide correct information to them, or they will go due diligence to correct information, because you cannot advertise this buyer, do your due diligence. They're going to do it anyway. As a seller agent, you have to do your own due diligence to make sure you educate your client seller to make sure they give you information. This is why it's important for you to know that the realtor professional who's working with you is doing his or her job to get the facts about the property and advertise them properly, so there is no claim or misrepresentation in the future. Not only there is a possibility of disciplinary action against you based on the consumer complaint. I remember one of the case there, some agent advertised that, this property has a waterfront access. And after the transaction, the buyer who bought the property, he wanted to walk and he was stopped. They don't have access to the property. It was a public, not private access to the property. And they went to the real estate council. They ended up finding the agent, both of them. The seller listing it, the buyer not verifying that this right away is a private or is a public. And they was fined and they compensated to the buyer after the fact. So these are the things that we do as a verify that. I'm a fellow of Royal Institute of Canada. I'm a CIPS, Certified International Property Specialist, a broker of record for City Pro Realty Brokerage. I check everything. So they're educated. We have done recently new buyers. They loved us because we go so thoroughly to educate them about what we do for buying it. So you cannot advertise claim unless it's true or facts. This is what we responsible real estate profession code of conduct. We cannot false advertise of claiming I'm number one. Number one based on what? Are you sharing the facts? Why you are number one? People talk about general information to attract the business. This is not the right way of doing it. The consumer has the right to say, how come you become number one? Well, what reason? Tell me, show me some figures. And they need to have evidence when they're advertising such a thing. So you do know that your realtor who's coming to you. And also there is a guideline when you are hiring a real estate professional. I will suggest you go to RECO, RECO.on.co. They tell you how to hire a realtor or registrant in buying and selling. Beautiful content there. You can see, go to our website, call me. I have always been promoting this. Our goal is to promote good ethics, professionalism, integrity, honesty, trying to protect the consumer interest. Protect the consumer interest is the highest obligation, ethical, moral, and legal obligation we have as a real estate professional, because you are our client. So this is why it's very, very important that you don't claim something in the newspaper, discrimination. We don't discriminate. We compete with each other. We cannot discriminate or falsify or misrepresent to each other when we are cooperating. We must cooperate with each other if you're buying or selling, but we protect our client. So please be clear on this. All real estate professional, we are professional. We follow the highest ethical standard regulated by Real Estate Council of Ontario, REBA. This is the book. This is the Bible of real estate in Ontario. And then we have organized real estate, which is Korea, Uriah, you have a TRAB, Mississauga, AMREB, and also ITSO. And many, maybe more boards. They have that. We all follow it. And compliance to the board. And we are obligated to comply with the board ethics and moral standards and bylaws of the association. Each We recently at Misag Real Estate Board, our AGM, we have asked the member to approve our new bylaws. So we made it to the Century 21 most updated bylaws, how we govern. It create more transparency and accountability for the board of directors, and also make life easy for governance purposes. So congratulations to our Misag Real Estate Board, particularly our leadership of Nelson Goliard, who's the president of Misag Real Estate Board. Congratulations for your leadership. I'm a board director of Misag Real Estate Board, and I have 1 more year term. And also, for disclosure, I'm a chair of Education Committee at Misag Real Estate Board. Now, crediting another registrant. We are not supposed to discredit other registrants. We are supposed to be ethical and professional. So viewers, you're watching Realty Coffee Talk and Awaz Entertainment. We are respectful to each other. We want to make sure we're transparent. We are not disrespecting or bad-mouthing a fellow realtors. We are respecting them. We provide them accurate and complete information and do not misrepresent us. So this is why it's very, very important for us to and conduct unbecoming. This is in the Ontario regulation also. The section 3039, unprofessional conduct of Ontario regulation 58005. We cannot conduct ourselves in a way to become unprofessional conduct where we end up losing our license or registration, not only with Real Estate Council, but all the membership. So first you have to be registered with the Real Estate Council of Ontario in order to join these boards. You can register with RECO, but you don't need to join any board if you don't want to, and you don't rely on MLS system or other information. But as a professional, where the bread and butter is earned through this profession, you have to join these boards to make sure that you have access and you are able to provide a best service to your client. The other thing is arbitration. Sometimes we have challenges between realtors or the brokerages, and then we have a board of directors. They have set up arbitration within the a trade board. For example, Misag Real Estate Board is probably using ITSO arbitration. I'm a member of so far 2021 arbitration committee of ITSO. And so therefore, all the dispute, particularly commission disputes, are settled through arbitration within the membership of a board. This is why it's very bad. Avoid controversy. We try to avoid controversy when we are working together as a real estate professional, providing honest professional opinion, guidance, and making sure that we are not only respecting the ethics and morals and bylaws, we're also making sure that we are cooperating with each other. And we also follow and respect the trademark of Canadian Real Estate Association. So trademark is, Korea trademark is realtor.ca and realtor trademark itself, because they have MLS system that is also trademark of Canadian Real Estate Association. You're watching Realty Coffee Talk on Awaz Entertainment, and we're going to take a short break and we'll come back and talk to you and continue with our conversation, why to hire real estate professional.
आपकी रिहाइश ऐसी हो जहां जिंदगी की सहूलत मयसर हो, जो आपको बुलंदियों पर ले जाए, तो मिलिए रियल एस्टेट मार्केट के एक्सपीरियंस्ड रियल एस्टेट प्रोफेशनल अमित ओबेरॉय से। GTA में रियल एस्टेट मार्केट के हर अंदाज से वाकिफ। आपको घर खरीदना हो, बेचना हो या करना हो मुनाफे का इन्वेस्टमेंट, मेरे तजुर्बे से आज ही फायदा उठाएं। आज ही कॉल करें अमित ओबेरॉय 647-291-8102। अमित ओबेरॉय, ब्यूटीफुल होम्स यू कैन अफोर्ड।
Now it's fully renovated. Live catering, barbecue, tandoor, जलेबियाँ, fresh naan. तकरीब आपके घर में हो या घर से बाहर, Zoc is providing full service now, and Zoc has opened a new banquet hall, garden event center. आपका Zoc देखकर लोग कहेंगे क्या ज़ौक है आपका? Call right now 905-625-7786. ज़ौक वालों के लिए।
डिक्सी इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स और अप्लायंसेस पिछले 16 सालों से खरीदारों की खिदमत कर रहे हैं। हम लगातार 4 सालों से खरीदारों की पहली पसंद बने रहने का अवार्ड हासिल कर चुके हैं। हम किचनर्स, बॉश, व्हर्लपूल, एलजी, सैमसंग और जनरल इलेक्ट्रिक के ऑथराइज्ड डीलर हैं। 5 स्टार खिदमत का लुत्फ लें। हम आप सभी को टीवी सबसे ज्यादा रियायती दामों पर देने की गारंटी देते हैं। www.dixieelectronics.ca हमारी वेबसाइट पर जाएं या अभी कॉल करें 905-625-5900। सभी बहुत ही मुनासिब कीमत पर दस्तयाब हैं जो आप आसानी से ले सकते हैं। At Dixie, we sell quality and deliver confidence.
अगर आप चाहते हैं खूबसूरत विजिटिंग कार्ड, साइन बोर्ड, बिल बोर्ड, तो कॉल कीजिए अमनदीप सिंह को 416-577-5128 416 डिजिटल साइन।
देखिए खेल की आवाज हर पीर शाम 7 बजे। द नाइट टॉक हर जुमा शाम 7 बजे। देखिए तकरार, कीजिए तकरार समीना जबीन के साथ हर रोज रात 9 बजे और रिपीट सुबह 9 बजे। आप देख रहे हैं आवाज एंटरटेनमेंट, आवाज आपकी, चैनल हमारा, जुड़िए हमसे।
Welcome to Realty Coffee Talk on Awaz Entertainment. My name is Tahir. I'm a fellow Real Estate of Canada broker, record for City Pro Realty Inc. brokerage. My passion is real estate and your success is my priority. We are talking tonight why to hire a real estate professional. Now, there are a couple of more things that we want to talk about it. When you are buying a property, you need to know a data. You can collect the data from realtor.ca or you can go to treb.ca or you can go courier.ca. But that data is mostly general information. It doesn't have to be specific. It may be specific to a city. But if you have a TREB data or you have a MREP data or your ITSO data, there is always HPI, which is home price index, will be difference because some properties are listed on TREB, some properties are listed or ITSO. They're not synchronized because they're all totally independent system. Therefore, you need the expert of a real estate professional who is a realtor, real estate agent, real estate salesperson, real estate broker or broker record or real estate broker record, who are going to create a CMA, comparative market analysis, specific to your location. If you are buying a property or you're selling a property, he or she will go and analyze it and speak to you, pick up a call and explain you, or send you an email. This is very, very important when you are either buying a home or you are selling. They will give you helpful advice to make sure based on this recommendation how to interpret the data. If you are a seller, you may have a different strategy. If you are a buyer, there may be a different strategy. This is why it's very, very important to hire a real estate professional. Number two, you have a salesperson and broker. There are two categories under Real Estate Business Broker Act, and third one is a broker of record. Salesperson is the initial real estate salesperson. The highest knowledge is a broker. Salesperson is registered with Real Estate Council of Ontario. The next step that he or she will take is to take the broker exam, how to manage a brokerage. And he or she becomes a broker. So broker has experience knowledge over salesperson. Now the broker who becomes and runs a branch office or independent brokerage is designated by the corporation or partnership or proprietor as a broker of record approved by Real Estate Council of Ontario. He or she is a complying officer to make sure nobody breached the Real Estate Business Broker Act when they're performing duty under the Act. So this is why people take the extra steps to take the broker. So if you're looking for a broker, I'm a broker record, salesperson, broker, and broker record. On top of that, I did fellowship. fellow Real Estate Institute of Canada. I've been there since 2016 now. I became a CIPS, Certified International Property Specialist. And I did specialization in Senior Real Estate Specialist, a designation of NAR. So I'm a senior serving seniors. So I'm dealing with a complex issue when dealing with the seniors, 50 plus market. And then also I'm a seller representative specialist dealing with selling only, and accredited buyer representative that only deal with buyer. And also I'm a certified real estate specialist, which is similar, but a little bit lower than fellowship with the Real Estate Institute of Canada. So purpose of these designation program is that you acquire more knowledge, talent, education, training, mentorship, and then you become a leader and you will start sharing that knowledge. And this is why I believe in learning and sharing. And Realty Coffee Talk is all about creating connectivity with people, increasing awareness, and also developing confidence in consumer confidence in real estate, and also promoting good ethics and business practices while performing duties under the Real Estate Business Broker Act, particularly in the province of Ontario. So this is why it's very important. So when you are listing a property, you need to find a realtor because he specifically get all the details about your property, not only many sources, Geo Warehouse, MPAC report, realtor.ca. You also through MLS system. We have a professional MLS system that we use where a portion of that comes up at realtor.ca. If you notice that when you look at the realtor.ca, you do not see the name of the sellers because they are private and only accessible to the realtors who are member of that Canadian Real Estate Association and member of the respective board. Now, most important thing is we are fair and honest. We are required under Section 3 of the Real Estate Business Broker Act that we have to be honest and fair, not only with the realtors and everyone, but all the people who are involved with us, whether it's a consumer or buying and selling. And the most important thing is best interest. We need to protect the best interest of the seller to give you advice. We are helping you to navigate or negotiate the buying process or selling process. This is why we have to provide you conscientious and competent service. This is why the Real Estate Council of Ontario has implemented a continuing education program. And all realtors are mandatory, taking residential and commercial. Those are mandatory courses. Then there are elective courses, many courses, waterfront properties, environment, home inspection, appraisal, and mortgage, many courses that you do because our realtors, registrars continue to learn to make sure they deliver a valuable service to you in accordance with law. And then dealing with the other registrars, we always cooperate to make sure we are doing a good service. Also, all document that any agreement you buyer or seller negotiate, the realtor makes sure those clauses that you need to have in the agreement of purchase sales are included and they are transmitted. Those most clauses are written by Ontario Real Estate Association and they are standard clauses, smallly modified to meet your unique need. And they do that. And those agreement, even listing agreement, buyer representation agreement, and also agreement of purchase and sale, all the supplements, they're all done by URIA, and then we complete them, we fill in the information. And disclosure, when you are doing a multiple offers, they have obligation as a real estate professional to disclose if a listing agent is representing the buyer and broker. If the company is the same, and one agent or multiple agent within the brokerage is a multiple representation because brokerage license is with the brokerage, not the individuals. So therefore, they need to have a disclosure, need to have a consent. And particularly when you have this bidding war going on, you have to make sure that you disclose if you're going to be representing an offer and you are also the listing agent. And your number of offers. You don't disclose the content of the offer, only number of the offers been received and registered through Form 801 that is being used right now to record the number of offers. This is why it's very, very important that important, particularly for buyers. The buyer, section 19 of REBA regulation, Ontario Regulation 580-05, talks about property that meets buyer's criteria. So buyers, if you want to buy a property, when you're signing a buyer representation agreement with a brokerage or a realtor who's going to act on behalf of the brokerage, put your property criteria in the Schedule A. Most of the people, they expect, no, it has to be in writing. Put the criteria. So your buyer broker or agent is specifically searching for that property, location, characteristic, the size, the frontage, the room size, the bedroom size, because you may have bought furniture and spent a lot of money and you have to relocate. You don't want to buy more furniture when you move to new location. Therefore, you want to make sure that all room sizes, everything is according to what you need. You bought the furniture. Otherwise, you can have a problem. You have to dispose of the property. And once you have that criteria into your BRA, your agent or broker who's acting on your behalf, he or she knows that what their obligation they have taken to signing a BRA. And obviously, we talk about agreement with third parties. If you have anyone involved with third parties, make sure those names are included in the agreement and steps taken by registrant. Real estate professionals have responsibility, ethical, moral, and legal responsibility to take steps to prevent mistakes, errors, misrepresentation, and protect your interests. So this section 23 of Ontario Regulation 580-05 talks about that. The step the registrant has to take. The brokerage could be a corporation, could be partners, and could be one's sole proprietor. But is the brokerage is mandated by REBA, who's a broker record and complying officer, to implement REBA, to make sure they are not contravening with the Real Estate Business Broker Act. This is why it's very important. Especially when there is a competing offers, you want to let you know this particular shortage of houses and lots of bidding wars going on, competing offers. When they're coming to you, you need to inform. Disclosure in terms of your COVID. We still have this practicing. We're still wearing the mask whenever we are going in isolated area. Majority of them, all of us has now a double vaccine and we have a certificate. This is why. And all agreement, that our agreement you negotiate has to be legible and you have to share with all the parties involved. This is why the realtor is important to be there with you, and copy of the agreement is shared by everybody. This is why is important, particularly FINTRAC and deposit requirements. Section 27 of the Real Estate Business Broker Act talk about deposit, because consumer deposit is protected in a certain amount not to exceed 100,000. So do not encourage your clients to deposit more money. Just stay within the $100,000. They're free to give as deposit they want as long as it's documented and declared. You have to complete your deposit receipt FINTRAC report and submit to your broker record for this. And also, of course, real estate professional, we are regulated by Real Estate Council of Ontario. We maintain 7 years of your record of a transaction. So all information is there, and only use registrant who are registered with Real Estate Council of Ontario. And if you want to find out which broker is registered or sale agent who coming and knocking at your door, they should be able to show you a certificate on the phone issued by Real Estate Council of Ontario that you have a license number and you are valid for so much, and your current broker's name, number, and your number and how long they're valid. It is on the phone. But if you are a consumer, I highly advise you to go to rico.on.ca and verify the name of the brokerage. Verify the name of the agent who is representing you. And when you are hiring a real estate profession, look at the credentials. Make sure the person that you're hiring, and at that time of each transaction, you don't need to hire the same person forever. You look at the people, professional, who have designation. They spend thousands of hours educating themselves so they're able to deliver a valuable service to you. So look for those. Go to RICO or Real Estate Institute of Canada and search for a salesperson, broker, or broker record. Now, if you want to find out, I live in Mississauga and GTA area, I serve all my clients. I travel all over Ontario. But if you want to verify me, I'm a fellow Royal Institute of Canada, go to reic.ca and put my name there, Tahir I Qureshi, and FRI, and you will search it, my name will show up. That means you verified it, but I'm claiming to be a fellow Royal Institute of Canada, and you can verify that. This is why our organization have their membership directory. NOR has its own directories. Our REIC has its own. And also, if you're a member of Mississauga board, let's assume you're practicing, you want to buy and sell in Mississauga, and you want to hire a brokerage that is practicing in Mississauga. So you go and look at mrep.ca. You will find our brokerage and myself too. And I'm registered because I'm a member of Mississauga Real Estate Board. I'm a member of TREB, also a member of Toronto Regional Real Estate Board. This is why it's very important to hire a real estate professional, because they have this connectivity, the power, the knowledge they have, the data they have. They are professional to help you to make a wise decision when you're buying and selling. You are watching Realty Coffee Talk on Awaz Entertainment. If you are a realtor or a brokerage, lawyer, mortgage agent, builder, developer, lawyer, painter, plumber, electrician, surveyor, appraiser, engineer, environmentalist, home inspector, you can advertise on Awaz Entertainment. Your voice will reach out around the globe. You can call 1-888-786-9809 and ask for Samina Javeen, the managing director of Awaz Entertainment. We just celebrated 5 years on Awaz Entertainment. Congratulations to Ms. Javeen for a tremendous achievement for celebrating 5 years on Awaz Entertainment in Canada, around the world. I will take this opportunity to thank you very much for viewers. If you have any comment, you can visit my website, realtycoffeetalk.com, and subscribe my YouTube channel. And click on the icon so you get notified when new episode on Awaz Entertainment are uploaded on Facebook, YouTube. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next Thursday at 7 p.m. Bye for now.